Hello and good morning from Universal. I am here today to finally do another challenge, a roller coaster ride challenge. I just parked in the garage, the parks are about to open up and I'm heading for security. I want to get here right at park open so I have as much time as possible to accomplish this challenge. So I'm going to go over to Islands of Adventure first. And it is 9 o'clock so the parks have officially opened. So unfortunately, I'm going to go straight to Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. Generally, I don't think the rope dropping Hagrid's is the best idea, but I'm trying to beat the weather today too. So what am I doing today? I'm going to ride every single roller coaster at Islands of Adventure and at Universal Studios Florida. I'm not going to Epic Universe or Volcano Bay. Gotta tell you with the Krakatoa Aqua Coaster, I'm just riding the roller coasters at these parks. Which isn't that intimidating of a challenge, but when you factor in weather and wait times, it might be. I haven't done a theme park ride challenge in a long time, so I'm very excited about it, but I'm a little bit rusty just with my strategy and time management. I gotta knock the dust off myself. So I was going to go over to Hagrid's, but I think I'm going to alter my strategy a little bit. Right now the Incredible Hulk and Velocicoaster are 15-minute waits. I'm gonna go ahead and do the Incredible Hulk just to get this one out of the way. I have to put everything into a locker to ride this, so this ends up being a very lengthy wait, which it will. Then this will be the most annoying to wait, just in this queue in particular, and then over at Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, I think. So I did bring these glasses, which are able to record. I'm going to experiment with bringing these onto the rides today. Because sunglasses are forbidden on the rides. So also I will be utilizing the single rider line wherever I can. It is closed right now for the Incredible Hulk, but it's only a 15-minute wait.
Your body is about to receive a subtly highly disruptive dose of gamma radiation. Safety briefing. Pre-test precautions. All subjects must pay attention to this message before boarding and the transit. All loose items, such as loose change,
So I just got off of the Incredible Hulk roller coaster and I walked right on. I did not wait at all. That was awesome. I felt a little dangerously close to blacking out right around here. My vision got all dark and fuzzy. So what did I bring in my theme park bag today for this challenge? So I have a portable charger, I have a portable fan, I have my zoom lens if I need that. I did bring my glasses just in case I am able to record at least in the queue or on the ride. I brought a Gatorade and I brought a couple liquid IV packets, and then I brought some batteries for my camera because I anticipate this being a long challenge. And I acknowledge that there is sort of a loophole in bringing these onto the ride. Sunglasses are allowed on rides at Universal, and I'm not trying to be malicious with this whatsoever, and if anything, these don't really work that great at all. I want to be able to show like a little snippet from the rides that I'm doing. If I can, I'm not going to be putting the entire POV into the video or anything like that. But what I'm going to do now, again, presuming that these work at all, if I can just show the queue, that would be a compromise also. I don't know. I'm going to go over to Velocicoaster, I think, next. I do want to get some breakfast before that concludes serving for the day, though. I'm over this massive fan here that feels amazing. So there are 5 roller coasters at Islands of Adventure and then 4 roller coasters at Universal Studios that I need to do. There's the Incredible Hulk roller coaster, Velocicoaster, Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, Flight of the Hippogriff, and then I'm also counting the Seuss Trolley Train ride at Islands of Adventure, and then at Universal Studios there's Rip Ride Rocket, The Mummy, Gringotts, and Troller Coaster. Rip Ride Rocket is the entire reason that I'm doing this, because after this weekend Rip Ride Rocket is closed forever. Another challenge that I'm doing today is just trying to stay cool in the August heat and humidity of Orlando. Also, why is everything closing? Everything is closing at the theme parks. But I'm walking over to Velocicoaster now and hopefully it still has a pretty reasonable wait. I do really want to get some breakfast, but I cannot ignore these wait times. I'm obviously the most nervous about Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, which had over a 100-minute wait when I got to the park. I think it's counterintuitive to rope drop Hagrid's just will consistently have the longest wait time in the park. So today, for myself, it's just going to be about being strategic with the weather and just keeping an eye on it, but that becomes a factor because I do not want to be stuck in that queue when it rains. And I'm pretty sure that some coasters just operationally close with rain, not even necessarily lightning. Also, I totally went the long way to get to Velocicoaster. Today would have been a better day to do an every water rides challenge because it is unbearably hot and it's not even 10 o'clock in the morning yet. But I've committed to riding roller coasters, specifically, again, because of Rip Ride Rocket closing. And I do want to come back and do every single roller coaster at all of the Universal parks at some point, but Rip Ride Rocket's closing. And it's also hard to coordinate sometimes with just the ride closures and refurbishments throughout the year. What I think I might do for breakfast is go to green eggs and ham. That's always pretty quick, and I like it a lot. I think if I can do the Incredible Hulk and Velocicoaster, then I'll feel accomplished throughout my morning. And then I can slow down a little bit and get some breakfast. I do need to be strategic though, because if I miss my opportunity to ride some of these rides while it's not raining, while the wait time is low, then I might sort of screw myself over. So I want to make sure I do some of the big ones in the morning at least. I'm going to walk through the Discovery Center, take it down to Velocicoaster. Really any ride with an indoor queue right now, I will take it. Velocicoaster is posting a 25-minute wait, and I cannot tell if Single Riders is open. And Single Rider was open. Pretty lucky. Hopefully this isn't that long of a wait. This is where the walkers are. So I waited about 5 minutes to ride Velocicoaster. I am doing incredible on time this morning. I'm trying to record a bunch of different clips with my video glasses, which again are not the best. Some files have been getting corrupted, so I just want to make sure that I can at least record some of the experience. So I was going to go get breakfast, but I think I'm going to go to Hippogriff, just because it's still somewhat early in the morning, and I want to make sure that I do that. For whatever reason, Hippogriff can get sort of a lengthy wait time later in the day, and then I'll get breakfast, which again I think getting it from Green Eggs and Ham is probably smart because they continue to serve the green eggs and ham tots later in the morning. So if I go past the 10:30 cutoff time for breakfast, then I'll still be alright. It's either 10:30 or 11, but either way, I'm riding Flight of the Hippogriff. It's also the capacity of this ride and how many trains they have running, but it's a 20-minute wait. It's been a minute since I've ridden this, and on the other side of this queue is the queue for Hagrid's, which again, I'm just terrified of today, but I'm gonna feel so accomplished once I finish this one. The line doesn't seem that bad. It stops like right here, which isn't terrible. Here's Hagrid's huts, the other side of it, which I'll see the other side of the hut once I'm in line for Motorbike Adventure. I rode Hagrid's significantly more than Flight of the Hippogriff, so it's cool to see the other side of Hagrid's hut, the actual like front side of the hut. The line's actually moving pretty quick. It is brutal standing out in the sun right now.
Oh, you're well done. Go on, then.
So that was incredibly lucky. They were asking for a group of 2 and nobody answered. So I was like, I'm a group of 1, and then I got the front row somehow. Don't know how that happened. But I waited, I think, a little bit more than 5 minutes, and that line got really long, and the express line got really backed up. But that really works out for me, and now we can go get some breakfast. I've gotten really, really fortunate for the wait times. breakfast today. They also made a huge announcement that they were bumping up the wait time from 20 minutes to 35 minutes after I got in line, but I did not wait that. So I think that I've earned some breakfast. I am very hungry right now. It's a little bit after 10 o'clock in the morning, so this is the peak time of day for park arrival, so I think this is a good time to take a break and get something to eat. Of course, Hagrid's is a 120-minute wait right now. Hagrid's is really weird with the single rider wait. You can't really even tell if it's open until you get into the standby line. I also want to be over here so I can do the Seuss Trolley train ride after getting breakfast, and I either will come back to Hagrid's after that, or I'll just head over to Universal Studios. But either way, what I've accomplished so far, in the amount of time that I've accomplished it, I feel good about it. What I'm a little bit nervous about is that I'm going over to Green Eggs and Ham to get some breakfast, which is outside, and I don't really want to be outside as much as I can today, so I might try to take that and then head into the Circus McGurkus. Universal, please do something with the Lost Continent. What I'm probably going to do is check the weather, and if that looks intimidating for the time that I would want to come back and do Hagrid's, then I might just go from Seuss back to Potter just to take care of all the roller coasters at Islands, but that wait time, I don't like it. But what I do like are Green Eggs and Ham and tater tots. I'd imagine that most people probably would not consider this a roller coaster, but it has a steel track that ride vehicles roll down. So there's Green Eggs and Ham. And this is my favorite sign in Seuss Landing. There's not too much of a line right now, but I'm getting the Green Eggs and Ham tots. Green eggs, diced ham, white cheese sauce over tater tots. What's ironic is that I waited just as long for this as I have for any roller coaster this morning. But I am going over to Circus McGurkus to eat this because it is insanely hot right now. Circus McGurkus just opened for the morning, so it is pretty empty in here right now. There are also Coke freestyle machines, so I can refill my Gatorade bottle with some water. I'd say the next two, obviously, like Leaky Cauldron and the Three Broomsticks. Circus McGurkus is a pretty epic universe feeling restaurant. Here are my Green Eggs and Ham that I'm going to eat and then go ride Seuss Trolley train ride. So I sat over there, and the Seuss Trolley train ride did go down for a minute, but I'm pretty sure that it's running again because I did a ride through. And I also got my refill of water from the Coke freestyle machine. I was about to say that I don't know if it's running, but there it is because I hadn't seen it since I did a ride through with like the technicians. So what is the wait time for Seuss Trolley train ride? It is 10 minutes. All right. Another one of the rides can be very hit or miss with the wait time. I also don't want to jinx it, but I don't really want to encounter any technical difficulties today. Looks like both sides are open too. There's no wait at all. I just waited a couple minutes for this. The wait times have been suspiciously nice today.
All aboard, everybody! Gather all around! This is the special train that copies any sound. It's the echo-maniacal, super reliable, sounding like all day and night Audiomatic Express. Can you sound like a circus organ? The trolley train can boop. Say, how about a walrus? Or the whistling breeze of a flying trapeze? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Is there such a thing as an upside down sound? Listen to this. It goes swing, swing. The strong arm machine. The trolley train goes ducky when sounding all trafficy. When the trolley train goes rolling past, we know how it sounds to go really fast with a swish, swoosh, kablast. Oh, the mighty trolley train makes a loud hullabaloo. It's the sound of fun. Oh, listen to this. What an earful of luck. We can hear the sound of old McBean's truck. Bang, bong, chug, and a sneech farewell to toodaloo, toodaloo. Time for the trolley train to say toodaloo.
That's definitely my least favorite narration that I got. But I rode Seuss Trolley train ride in just a couple minutes, so I have one final roller coaster to do at Islands of Adventure. I haven't checked the weather or the wait time, so I need to do that. Alright, I'm gonna have to go back to Hagrid's. It's a 150-minute wait now. So I'm gonna go over to Universal. I was thinking that never posting that wait time might deter people from getting in line, so it wouldn't be that much of a wait. But I'm gonna go over to Universal anyway to do Rip Ride Rockets and Roller Coaster, the outdoor roller coasters, and then I might come back here to do, I guess, Hagrid's and then go back to Universal to then finish with the indoor attractions once it does end up raining, which would be Mummy and Gringotts. I'm also terrified just to wait outside right now, but I did every single roller coaster at Islands of Adventure with the exception of Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure before noon. I feel pretty good about that. Just gotta keep the momentum going. I don't know if I'd gotten in line for Hagrid's when I first got here at 9 o'clock, then I'd still be in line right now or just getting to ride. And that would have been rough because all of the rides that I've done now are like 45-minute waits to an hour. Maybe more like 30 minutes to 45-minute waits, but still more than walk-ons to 5-minute waits. This is pretty cool to see. These walls here, just whatever's replacing Red Rocket is going to extend presumably all the way out on almost into City Walk. I don't know if I'm doing Rip Ride Rocket or going to Troller Coaster first. There's just this little pathway now heading over to Universal Studios. This is so weird. Rip Ride Rocket was never my favorite coaster, but it's always just been here as long as I've been coming to Universal Studios. I'm gonna take a quick dip in the mist over here to stay cool. Just gonna walk through the mist. This feels amazing. It is so hot today. Yeah, I do think I'm gonna go over to Troller Coaster, I think first, just to do that, and then come back and do Rocket on my way back to Universal Islands of Adventure to do Hagrid's. Also need to have lunch at some point. I have not been here in a minute, but look at all of this Halloween Horror Nights construction. I don't get as into Halloween Horror Nights as other people do, definitely, but it's still really awesome. I already thought that the Scare Zone will be my favorite, but I'm going back to Troller Coaster. This is kick-ass, dude. I had to stop inside the SpongeBob Store Pants to get some AC because it is so deadgum hot outside. But I'm back in DreamWorks Land to ride the Troller Coaster. Looks like the splash pad is closed right now. Of course, when it's 100 degrees outside. The Troller Coaster is a 5-minute wait. I was a little bit worried about this one too, because the queue is just directly outside of the sun. But this is what the challenge is today. So I'm doing it. Get me out of this. I don't remember this being here. And it took less than 5 minutes. So I'm off of the Troller Coaster. I took a minute in the shade to drink some water. I need to find another freestyle machine and use my fan. And now I'm going to Rip Ride Rocket. Alright, it's not a roller coaster, but I've never done the fart slide, so I'm gonna run up here and do the fart slide. Right, and I made it to the top. I'm going down the fart slide. There it goes. This isn't what I thought this would be. Where are the farts? Well, I heard some farts. Not as many farts as I would have wanted to hear, although I finally got to do it. Okay, I'm gonna go to the freestyle machine that's over by the crepe stand, and then just go over to Rip Ride Rocket and get the single rider line. I got my water and I'm heading towards Rip Ride Rocket pretty soon. It won't be a view anymore. Specifically with Halloween Horror Nights, it's gonna be really weird to not be able to ride this during the event. I'm sure it's gonna take a minute to disassemble Rip Ride Rocket, but then I'll have this behind the stage. It's also gonna be weird. So this is my final time riding Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. I'm gonna be using the single rider line. It's a 40-minute wait. It's weird because this entire area is going away. Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. Presumably for the final time. So I'm gonna come back here later on today when I come back to Universal. It was a 25-minute wait that I ended up waiting. It was supposed to be a 40-minute wait, and then I waited 25 minutes in the single rider line. And again, this was never my favorite roller coaster at Universal. It was fun to do. And of course, this part in particular, which was a nightmare. Because there were times where this would stop at the very top up there, and you would just sit there, and I never wanted that to happen to me. Also, my song of choice was Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance, so I think that was a pretty fitting song to conclude my final ride, I guess, on Hollywood Red Rocket. So now the wait time has gone down to what I waited in the single rider line. I'm sort of surprised that there's no longer wait, this being the very final weekend for Red Rocket. I think the final day is tomorrow. I'm gonna go back to the islands and then come back. I still need to do the Mummy and Green Gods. I still need to do Hagrid's while the weather is still okay. I don't want to play around with the weather in July or August. It's supposed to rain later, but that could happen, I don't know, in 5 minutes. This video is coming out after Red Rocket closes, but I do wonder if Universal is going to be announcing a replacement for it. Like when Dragon Challenge closed, they announced that a coaster would be replacing it, but I don't think, to my knowledge, they've announced what type of attractions would be replacing Red Rocket. But I'm back at Islands, and I'm afraid to look at the wait time for Hagrid's. I'm probably going to go to the Freestyle Machine in the Lost Continent. My plan is to do Hagrid's and then go back to Universal and have lunch. Because the only coaster slip being indoors, I can afford to slow down a little bit. See, it was supposed to rain later on today, but what are those dark clouds? I should still be okay though, I hope. I just really hope I can get inside quick in the Hagrid's queue. There's no list article, so I could still bring my fan in line. I think that'll wait until after I ride Hagrid's to fill up my water bottle, so it'll be cold. I'm pretty surprised that my camera has not overheated because the heat index is over 100 degrees today. So it's a 105-minute wait now, which is less than it was earlier. So I'm in line, and apparently single rider is not open right now. So I just have to wait in the regular standby line. As long as it's less than 2 hours, are they okay with that? As long as I get inside. I don't think I've read this since the Express Pass started being accepted. Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. There's no one outside. This is interesting. I'm so used to this entire area being just completely filled. And here's the other side of Hagrid's hut. I was just down there, not just down there, several hours ago, riding Flight of the Hippogriff. So this is not terrible. That's good. I could see the line, and it was extended back here when I was in line for Hippogriff. Alright, got some cloud coverage. The line's moving as anticipated, so I'm happy about it. And this is the single rider line over here, which is closed. I've never stopped in front of this long to really be able to look at it. It's sort of creepy. There's Red Rocket way over there, which is where I just was. You know, it's actually been a minute since I waited in the standby queue for this. But I have my phone and my fan, which is blowing up my shirt, so I feel comfortable. So it's been about 30 minutes, and the wait time was increased to 155 minutes. So we'll see if that impacts my wait time. This will still be the longest I've waited for this in a long time. Now it's been an hour, and I'm heading into the cave portion of the queue. I finally encountered my greatest fear with this ride, which is being in the very narrow, small part of the caves and just not moving for 20 minutes. It moves, but then it stops for a significant amount of time. It's been an hour and a half, and I've made it to the merge room. It's starting to move. So I'm in the loading room, and it is pretty empty in here. They must be doing something different with how they're merging with Express. Alright, I'm about to get onto Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure.
Don't mind the Thestrals. They're clever and useful, they are. Right, off you go. We'll meet at the end of the Forbidden Forest. We'll have to run into the Scrooge before we start firing anything else. We just don't know what they're doing. His barks are worse than his points. No, don't panic. I'll just, looks like you've lost power. That was close. Oh, you found my missing screws. Best be getting you out of here before you get blasted. Now, hit those purple buttons. scoots, and unicorns. Oh, and I'd be grateful if you didn't mention any of this to anyone back at Hogwarts. See you next lesson.
So this is the backup for Express. So I ended up waiting about 100 minutes, which was less than what was posted, so I can't really be mad about it, but operationally this was a little bit weird today. They did offer for us to re-ride because we were stuck inside the Devil's Snare portion of the queue, but I don't need to re-ride. That took about 2 hours, but I did all of the outdoor coasters at Universal. Now I can get my stuff out of the locker and finally go get some lunch. So I rode a Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, which I was putting off and terrified of, but I did it. And I'm going back to Universal. I was going to take the train, but it's delayed. Of all the things to be delayed, this is never delayed. All right, I got some water over here and I'm heading back to Universal. And I think I decided where I'm going to go to lunch, which is going to be Richter's Burgers. Just to get inside would be nice. Again, it is hot. We do have these fans at a lot of places throughout the parks, so that's nice. You can also see some dark clouds. It would have been ideal to take the train over to Potter because I would have done the roller coaster, but I'll go past Richter's anyway if I walk, so that'll be fine. Not that it matters too much, but I'm expected to get 20,000 steps today, just going back and forth between Islands and Universal. But I rode every single roller coaster at Islands of Adventure. That's pretty cool. It might have been smarter to do Universal before Islands because Universal closes earlier than Islands does. It's going to be about 4 o'clock by the time that I make it over there, and Universal closes at 7. Islands closes at 9 today. Who needs theme park merchandise when you can buy this ducky shirt? But I should still have plenty of time, he said confidently, but hesitantly. All right, just a few minutes back over to Universal. See, it's been a couple months since I've even been to Universal, so this is nice just to walk back and forth. All right, I made it back over to Universal. I guess there's an annual pass holder event tonight. I'm back at the park and getting some lunch. It is pretty weird just to think about the skyline without Red Rocket being there. It's going to be different for a long time until they replace it, hopefully. I thought if I go into Mel's or maybe to Louis, but I have not been to Richter's in a long time. Also Minion Cafe, but I'm going to stick to Richter's. Oh, this is an entire pass holder event right now. I'm like significantly missing out on whatever this is. I'm sorry to sit down in AC. Richter's Burgers don't disappoint me. I don't know what I'm going to be getting, but it's going to be good. It's one of those places that I just don't eat at that often, but whenever I do, I enjoy it. Like Mel's, I think I'm going to go upstairs. I'm not going to be, what is that, the Coke Freestyle machine again? Right, I'm going to get the stairs with my food and my Gatorade. My Gatorade bottle with water in it. This really is the best place to sit up here, I think. But this is the Aftershock Burger. Fresh Angus beef patty, jalapeno bacon jam, fried onion straws, pepper jack cheese, American cheese, lettuce and barbecue sauce. And then I got this side, the Golden Gate fries, french fries, Tostitos nachos cheese, and bacon bits. So I'm done with my burger, which was delicious, and I'm heading out the back of Richter's to go over to Potter. I really got the chance to look at this skipper boat over here, but you can toggle some of these and press the buttons. Oh, this is cool. Can you take this out? You can't. Okay. Universal closes in about 2 hours now, which is plenty of time to ride a couple coasters. I'm gonna check the wait time in the app. I didn't really like it. So hopefully Gringotts is supposed to be something different now. I was thinking about maybe not getting in the single rider line so I could actually walk through the Gringotts Bank, but I don't know about that. It's posting a 40-minute wait now, which is much less than it was when I checked in Richter's. So I'm on my phone and in the single rider line, and I have my little fan into this line. It's being a little bit longer than anticipated. This is the standby queue, which whenever it's backed up into the lobby of the bank, it's not really a good sign. Alright, this is not bad at all.
The defenses have been set up. There will be possibly Gringotts. Bellatrix.
I don't think so, man. Strange. I can't be sure.
Well, let's try and find out then.
So no joke, that took 5 minutes to ride Gringotts. So the dragon does breathe fire every 10 minutes. So from when I recorded the first fire blast, when I got into the single rider line, to the 5 minutes it took me to get to the ride and get onto the ride, and then get off the ride. I don't know, they could have been back-to-back fireballs, probably not, but that would have been cool. I guess not the time to walk through the queue to get onto the ride, and then the ride itself, and then waiting to get off of the ride, and then getting the stuff out of the locker. It wasn't back-to-back. But I now have one final roller coaster to ride, the Mummy. And then I might go back to Rip Ride Rocket again, presuming that I don't have any technical issues getting out of the Mummy. See, it's just going to be weird walking this way and just not seeing Rip Ride Rocket in a couple months. I don't know how long it's going to take to dismantle Rip Ride Rocket, but I'm sure it's going to be a process that will be sad. The first time I rode Rip Ride Rocket was over 10 years ago at Halloween Horror Nights, but I doubt the universe will tear this down without something better replacing it. So Revenge of the Mummy is a 55 and away, but single riders is open. And I'm getting in line now. Single riders a little bit backed up, but it's always express. I took up the stairs. The trolley system. I am almost to the top of the stairs. This looks like it's going to take about 25 minutes.
The curse, it's real! This whole place is a trap! He's after your soul!
Silence! Serve me and see the riches beyond measure. Not even the Magi can save you now. There is no escape. Your end shall be my beginning. Behold your fate. Your destiny. Destiny.
And I am done with my roller coaster challenge. I rode every single roller coaster at Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. I had to go get my stuff out of the locker. So I've ridden all 9 roller coasters between this park and the other park, and I am exhausted. So I was thinking about riding Rip Ride Rocket one more time, but there's a weather delay, so the outdoor attractions at Universal are closed due to inclement weather. So I did everything that I needed to do before that, and I am so happy. I don't know much about Halloween Horror Nights house entrances or anything like that, but I do wonder if they have this here where they can take this down and start working on it, because there are usually house entrances over here. Could they disassemble this in the 2 weeks between Rip Ride Rocket closing and opening night of Halloween Horror Nights? I don't know, but I'm leaving because I'm sweaty and gross. Because it is about to rain. And last look at Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. Because who knows how fast they're going to take this apart. Could be pretty quick. I'll try to be back before it's dismantled. The park closes in less than half an hour, so if I'd saved this for last, then I might not have been able to ride it ever again, not even today, because this closes tomorrow. Tomorrow is the very final day for Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. Goodbye, Rip Ride Rocket. Just like you in a couple days, I am out of here. I went to the other side of the Despicable Me building because this won't be accessible anymore anytime soon, which is a bummer because I know a lot of people like myself remember that being the alternative entrance into Universal. And then don't even get me started on Nickelodeon Studios, but I'm finally leaving. And I really do hope that whatever places Rip Ride Rocket is cool. Halloween's already started at Disney, and the next time that I come to Universal, there will be a massive HHN medallion. There's Hulk testing, which means the Emperor attractions are probably going to start running again, but I did just see lightning. But I had my final ride on Rip Ride Rocket. Look at all of the land they are clearing over here. Rip Ride Rocket is running right now, but that was my day at Islands of Adventure and Universal to ride every single roller coaster. I rode the Incredible Hulk and Velocicoaster and Flight of the Hippogriff and Seuss Trolley Train Ride and Troller Coaster and Rip Ride Rocket and Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure and Gringotts and the Mummy. Every single roller coaster at both Universal and Islands. Do I do it? I'm doing it. Universal closes in less than 10 minutes and I've been here for 10 hours, but I want to ride this one more time. I really have 5 minutes to do this. It is posting a 90-minute wait. Right now, Single Riders is closed. is my final ride on Hollywood Rich Ride Rockets before it closes forever tomorrow. And I listened to My Chemical Romance again. And I don't regret it. I'm gonna miss this coaster. Sort of. It was always a little bit anxiety-inducing, and I blacked out often on it, but I'm gonna miss it. Can't believe Rocket is closing. There's also a special event going on right now, and I probably could have gotten on a lot quicker. That event wasn't happening because they're still getting in line for Red Rocket, even though the park is closed, and it closed over half an hour ago. Red Rocket just went down for weather. It was just lightning, and it's about to storm, so I'm really leaving. I did this just barely in time. Goodbye to Red Rocket, goodbye to you. Thanks for watching us. Have a great day, and goodbye.